Yo, this is Alex Malfa Destiny, and today I want to talk about the bench press and why it's very overrated for building upper body. You see, for years I was a bench press specialist. I believed that it was the most important exercise for making your body look huge as hell. And I reached an above 350 bench, raw, touch and go, drug-free, baby please, in HD, if you know what I mean. Now, this didn't build the body that I was looking for. I ended up with gigantic pecs. To this date, I have a gigantic pair of pecs. My triceps definitely hypertrophied as well. But in terms of my shoulder development, and more particularly the front delts, I did not see too much development. And this is because the bench press is not designed to build 3D delts. It's not designed to give you the shoulders of a god. So in my opinion, if you want to take your upper body to the next level, you have to start running an overhead press specialty program. Enough with the bench press, guys. It's a great movement. I love it. I was a professional at it. But it didn't build the body that I was looking for because the bench doesn't give you 3D delts. You have to use a multitude of vertical pressing variations. The Z press, so underrated yet so effective. The standard overhead pressing with bands, overhead pressing off pins, Viking press, landmine press, behind the neck press. There's all kinds of movements that you can perform. But the fact of the matter is that you have to treat your overhead press like a competition exercise. Why is it that everybody does all kinds of variations for the bench? You know, guys who follow Westside Barbell, they're doing so many variations for the bench, but none for the overhead press. Well, how about we start treating the overhead press like a competition exercise, like an exercise that it used to be. In the Olympics, the overhead press was a competition movement, and guys who performed, they got jacked as hell. When you're holding over 2 plates above your head, when you got 3 plates in your hands above your head, what do you think is going to happen to your shoulders? You think you're going to have some little puny bitch shoulders? No. Your fucking side laterals with 20-pound dumbbells going slow and controls ain't gonna do fuck all for your delts. It's not gonna do shit. You gotta build a foundation of strength, use a bunch of vertical pressing variations, and then refine the weaknesses with special isolation movements like scarecrows, band face pulls, stuff like that. But your little side laterals, 20 pounds, won't do fuck all. You need a foundation of size and strength that's gonna come from doing vertical pressing. So if you ask me, Alex Malfa Destiny, how did I get my shoulders to be so goddamn big when they were one of my worst body parts? Well, I stopped benching so much. I think I have the natural potential to bench 405. I really do. It would probably take me another 2.5 years, maybe 3 years at the max. But I'm not going to go there because the bench is not what I need for the body that I'm looking for. It's overrated. It's going to build my pecs. What more pecs do I need? I have a massive chest. It's massive, bro. You don't need more chest. And 99% naturals have lagging shoulders. They don't train the way they're supposed to. Look at the old-time strongmen. These guys were strong as fuck. They were able to lift over 250, 300, drug-free, baby please. They were lifting kegs, they were lifting all kinds of amazing objects, and it showed in their shoulder development. So you know what? I say, leave your ego out the door. If you're not a power lifter, stop focusing on the bench so goddamn much. Start doing your overhead presses. This is going to give you the delts that you're looking for. It's going to thicken up the upper back at the same time. It's a win-win situation in all respects. And that's how I treat my training. I barely do any benching. If I do it, it's going to be accessory work. And maybe sometime in the near future, for powerlifting purposes, I'll go back to the bench. But for now, my shoulder development has been out of this world, and I credit that 100% to overhead press variations. So no, you don't have to get on drugs. You don't have to use synthol. You don't have to use any of that shit. Just take your OHP to the next level. Different vertical pressing variations. And not just a standard, not just the barbell standard and then the dumbbell standard. No. Use different variations. It's going to sculpt your delts in several different manners. So that's all I have for you today. Start focusing on the overhead press. Bench is overrated, my friends. And this is coming from a bench press specialist. I have the genetic potential to do 405 drug-free. I shit you not. I have the build to do it. I have the T-Rex arms. I'm a manlet of peace, 5'5", and I'm telling you straight that you got to start focusing on the OHP. You focus on that, you're never going to be disappointed. You'll be very satisfied with your shoulder development. So that's all I have for you today. Give me your feedback down below. What do you think about OHP specialty systems? And with that, I will talk to you next time.